井号 why your English feels stuck. Jack Ma English learning motivation. Have you ever felt this before? You study English for months, maybe years. You learn grammar rules. You memorize vocabulary. You watch English videos every day. But when it's finally time to speak, your mind suddenly goes blank. You know the words. You understand the conversation. But your mouth refuses to move. And deep inside, a painful question appears: why can't I speak English fluently after studying so much? If this feeling sounds familiar, then listen carefully. Because today, I want to tell you something that may completely change the way you learn English forever. And this lesson comes from the experience of Jack Ma, a man who once struggled with English exactly like you. 井号 the biggest lie about learning English. Most people think English fluency comes from studying more grammar. But that is not how your brain learns a language. Your brain does not learn naturally through rules first. It learns through 信号 repetition, 信号 patterns, 信号 emotion, 信号 and real communication. But schools teach the opposite way. First grammar. Then memorization. Then translation. And only after all that, speaking. So what happens when you try to speak? Your brain becomes overloaded. You start translating. Checking grammar. Searching for vocabulary. Correcting pronunciation. All at the same time. And because your brain is busy thinking, you miss the moment to speak. That is why many people say, I understand English, but I can't speak it. The problem is not your intelligence. The problem is your system. You were trained to think about English, not to use English. And thinking is not the same as speaking. 井号 stop blaming yourself. This is important. Most learners believe, maybe I'm bad at languages. No. Your brain is not weak. Your learning method is weak. If a person studies for years but never practices real communication, fluency will always feel far away. Imagine learning football only by reading books. Would you become a great player? Of course not. You must play the game. And English is the same. You do not become fluent by studying English. You become fluent by using English. 井号 how Jack Ma really learned English. When Jack Ma was young, his family was poor. His English education was basic. He learned grammar and vocabulary like everyone else. But when he tried to speak, he struggled badly. He made mistakes. People didn't understand him. Sometimes he felt embarrassed. But then he made one decision that changed everything. Every morning before school, he went to a hotel near his home and spoke with foreign tourists. Not for 1 week. Not for 1 month. For 9 years. Imagine that. Every single morning. Some conversations were awkward. Sometimes he couldn't understand answers. Sometimes he spoke terrible English. But something powerful was happening inside his brain. He was no longer studying English. He was using English. And when you use a language daily, your brain starts building automatic connections. Slowly, you stop translating. Slowly, you start reacting naturally. Slowly, speaking becomes easier. Not because you become perfect, but because your brain adapts through real communication. That is how fluency is built. 井号 why your brain feels overloaded. Now let me explain the real reason your English feels stuck. Your brain can only focus on a small amount of new information at one time. Not 50 things. Not 20 things. Only a few. But what happens in a normal English lesson? 信号 new vocabulary, 信号 new grammar, 信号 reading practice, 信号 listening practice, 信号 pronunciation practice, everything together. Your brain becomes overloaded. Imagine carrying one bag. Easy. Now imagine carrying 5 heavy bags at once. You slow down. You drop things. Your brain works exactly the same way. That's why you forget vocabulary quickly. Not because you are lazy. Because your brain cannot carry too much information at once. So here's the first truth: 信号 learn less, but learn deeper. 信号 why easy learning is dangerous. Most people love easy learning. Watching videos passively. Reading vocabulary lists. Scrolling through 1000 English words. It feels productive. But often, you are only recognizing information. Not learning it deeply. Real learning feels uncomfortable sometimes. You struggle to remember a word. You pause. You think hard. And suddenly, the word appears. That struggle is important. Because difficult recall creates stronger memory. Your brain grows when it works harder. Not impossible hard. Just enough challenge to force growth. That is why active practice is powerful. Not just reading words. Using them. Speaking them. Repeating them. Making mistakes with them. That is how English becomes natural. 井号the 3-step system that changes everything today. I want to give you a simple system. Not complicated. Not perfect. But real. A system that works with your brain instead of against it. I call it 井号, the 3C method 井号 compress 井号, connect 井号 convert. Let's begin. 井号 step E compress. Most learners try to learn too much. But fast learners do the opposite. They focus on fewer things, deeply. Here's a powerful truth: you do not need thousands of words to start speaking English. Most daily conversations use common words repeatedly. So instead of learning 50 words in one day, choose only 3 or 5 important words. Then learn them deeply. For example, the word get. Don't just memorize, get 等于 receive. No. Use it in real sentences. 幸好 I get tired after work. 幸好 I get up at 上午7点. 幸好 I get coffee every morning. 幸好 I get it now. Now your brain starts seeing patterns. And your brain remembers patterns much better than isolated words. This is the secret. Not more vocabulary. Better vocabulary usage. 井号 step R, connect. This is where most people stay stuck for years. They consume English every day. Videos. Podcasts. Movies. But they never produce English. Listening helps understanding. Speaking creates fluency. Your brain learns faster when input and output work together. So after learning something, use it immediately. This is called active connection. For example, you watch a short video about daily routines. After the video ends, explain it in your own English. Simple English. Broken English. Slow English. Doesn't matter. Just speak. You can say, the video talked about morning habits. The person wakes up early and drinks water first. That small practice changes everything. Because now your brain is producing English. Not only receiving it. This is where confidence begins. 井号, speak before you feel ready. Many people wait too long before speaking. They think, I will speak when my grammar becomes perfect. That day never comes. Fluency is built through imperfect action. Not perfect preparation. Every mistake teaches your brain something important. So stop fearing mistakes. Mistakes are not proof that you are failing. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. 井号 step 3 convert. This final step turns practice into long-term fluency. And here's something most learners never realize: rest is part of learning. After studying, your brain needs time to organize information. That is why short focused practice works better than endless study hours. Now here's another important thing: testing yourself is powerful. After learning new vocabulary, close your notes. Try to use the word without looking. If you forget it, fine. Try again tomorrow. Every time your brain tries to recall information, the memory becomes stronger. That is how words move from short-term memory into long-term memory. So don't only study. Test yourself. Use English without help. That is real learning. 井号 your daily English routine. Now let me give you a practical system. Simple. Realistic. Powerful. 井号 morning before checking your phone. Speak English for 5 minutes. Talk about your plans. Your feelings. Your day. Wake up your English brain first. 井号 during the day listen actively. Choose one short video or podcast. Repeat important sentences. Use one new phrase before the day ends. Make English part of your real life. 井号 evening practice deeply for 15至20 minutes. Do shadowing. Repeat short audio clips. Copy pronunciation and rhythm. Then explain what you learned in your own words. 井号 before sleep review briefly. Ask yourself, 幸好 what did I learn today? 幸好 which word was difficult? 幸好 what sentence did I use? This helps your brain strengthen memory during sleep. 井号 the mindset that changes everything. Most people compare themselves to fluent speakers. And because of that, they always feel behind. But you should not compare yourself to someone else. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Did you speak one sentence more today? Did you understand one new idea? Did you practice even when you felt uncomfortable? Then you are already improving. Remember, this fluency is not one big moment. It is thousands of small moments repeated consistently. 井号 final message: when Jack Ma learned English, he was not confident. He was not perfect. He was simply consistent. Every day he practiced. Every day he improved a little. And eventually, those small improvements changed his life completely. Your progress will happen the same way. Not overnight. Not magically. But slowly, naturally, powerfully. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start today. Right after this video. Say one sentence in English out loud. Tomorrow, say another. And one day you will realize something incredible. You are no longer trying to learn English. You are speaking English. Thank you for watching. Keep learning. Keep speaking. And never stop improving.